Good afternoon, speedrun fans. Here comes more Super Metroid Item Randomizer League Season 3 playoff action. We have a really exciting race tonight. We've got Shaktool's Digging Game versus Gravity Skip, Azure versus Giggles underscore SR. My name is the Hockey Towner, and I'm joined by none other than Ditmook. What's going on, Mook?
Not much. You hear me? Because Discord's telling me that you can't hear me, but I was just talking, and I think you can hear me.
We read you loud and clear, Mook. Everyone out there in the airwaves can read you too. And this is a game 4, so Shaktool's Digging Game trying to stave off elimination here. They are in a 2 games to 1 hole that they have to come out of in today's match. All right, chat saying that Mook is completely inaudible. We'll see if we can get that figured out. See if we can crank him up a bit. Crank up the volume. But
I'll try to talk a little bit louder too. We'll
yeah,
make that
absolutely,
happen.
Mook. Absolutely.
I'll blow out your eardrums, maybe.
Blow him out. I want you to blow him out. I want you to rock the world with your voice.
Yeah, I moved my mic. Sorry about that, everyone. If it happens to move, just let me know.
No problem, Mook. We're glad that you're back with us. So, as I said before, Mook, these runners, or these teams, I should say, Shaktool's Digging Game, I believe, is the overall 1 seed entering the playoffs, and they are on the verge, potentially, of being eliminated.
Yeah, it's the thing.
So as Tracy M stated in chat, for this game 4, it's split which seed decides certain aspects of the randomizer logic. This will be a combination of light area randomization, major minor split up, and no boss rando. So chat asking, what is light area? Mook, what is light area rando?
All right, so from Hockey and I's thorough investigation of like 3 minutes before the race, we basically came to the understanding that it's basically the major transition points of the game will take you potentially to somewhere else. So like if you're leaving Croc's Lair, you're not going to go somewhere, but if you're leaving Norfair, you could go somewhere else.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there's the same number of transitions as in the vanilla game, as Mook explained. So yeah, it should be very interesting. Looks like our runners have found a morphing ball, but also an energy tank. So definitely going to be heading to Bomb Terizo.
Highly vanilla start, at least with majors.
For sure. But looks like they found 10 super missiles, but no missiles, no power bombs yet. So gonna have to keep digging. See what I did there, Mook?
I see it. I like it.
But you couldn't ask for 2 finer rando players as Giggs or Azure. Just both of them incredibly experienced with Super Metroid and also with Randomizer. So I think chat, we're gonna be in for a really, really exciting race.
Yeah, I was pretty excited when I saw it come up that I forgot that I was actually supposed to do something today, but it got canceled, so I'm still here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to have you aboard, Mook. And a reserve tank pickup from Azure, just a skip from Giggs. So nothing too sexy at Bomb Terizo. No normal bombs, no power bombs. So I think Gauntlet is out of the question here. But with all those super missiles, we could see our runners do wreck ship first, or at least Maybe, I don't know. Maybe check out the moat item if moat is something good, but it's
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think we'd want to super Fantoon.
that's
You
an
don't have the
excellent
power bomb to get
point.
through. And you need the power bomb to get in there.
So here we do have, since this is area rando, so this is the first transition to somewhere else in the game, and it is Red Tower. So this
A
elevator
different way
will,
of getting there from there.
yeah, that was kind of like backing around. That was really interesting. And so now into Green Hill Zone. So that's very curious. And more supers, but for both runners. You got supers at Alpha Power Bombs, but also at Green Hill Missiles. So just stacking up that ammunition, but no other miners to be seen from either runner. But it looks like Giggs is going to be taking a save here. That could be really important to do. And more super missiles, Mook.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I think we're gonna see a. Well, no, we can't backdoor Shaktool here. I don't think. So, I mean, Spore Spawn. Excuse me. I'm not smart at it. There's some power bombs.
Hey, check that out. So I think what you said, Mook, it's back on the table immediately. And with that many supers, we also going to get a wave gate check here.
Definitely.
So it looks like Giggles has the same idea. He's going to head back to Big Pink here to find more supers in the first powerbomb pack of the game. Well executed from azder. That's a really pretty tight window to land that super, and rewarded with a vanilla E-tank.
So a pretty healthy seed so far.
Yeah, absolutely. With one reserve tank and 2 energy tanks on tap for our runners. I believe it's 4 tanks. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, but 4 tanks will put hell runs into logic. But I think that also includes 3 tanks and a reserve. Oh,
Ooh.
wow. So much for hell runs, Mook.
Yeah, that's a nice find.
Absolutely.
But do not want to let us be lulled into thinking that this is going to be an easy seed because of that. Because you know, I've seen these seeds. I saw one the other day where we found Varia really, really early, and then after that, literally, it was nothing but 50 power bombs. It was
That
awful.
is a lot of power bombs, you might say.
It was terrible.
So a little bottom of Brinstar check here from azder. There is a major and several minors down here. Standard missiles remaining elusive so far. And another energy tank at the bottom of Brinstar. So I think perhaps early supers is going to be the answer for maybe some progression item, but otherwise they're going to have to head back up the elevator.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if... Oh, go ahead, Moo.
Oh, this is just a azder going into really item dense location. It's really a good one with ice beam there too. That's nice.
Oh, that's a great pickup. Ice beam at Brinstar Reserve. So that eliminates the possibility of needing speed booster to not only get to Botwoon, but also to execute a Zeb skip. We have Ice Zeb skip and Ice clip on the table.
With all these supers, finding a few more and some regular missiles, even Lower Norfair is in play now. See, especially azder and them being behind, maybe take a chance. lava dive it, maybe even high jumpless. Both runners probably have the skill for it.
That's a really interesting point, Mook. Yeah, we've got 30 supers on tap so far. Looks like Giggles has 20. But I think you hope the runners find Charge Beam. But this definitely could be an ammo-heavy seed. It looks like Giggs did get regular missiles at the bottom of Brinstar, but Azder has not collected any yet. But we're going to find another transition here. It's just endless Brinstar. My goodness.
All Brinstar all the time.
All Brinstar all the time. Absolutely. Absolutely, Mook. But I guess now with power bombs, if they go back to maybe the moat area, now that they have power bombs, that may be the next step in this sequence.
Then another thought I can see here is, would you potentially going to the attic in this kind of situation if you're behind, or if you feel like you need to take the chance? I mean, I've seen Azder do it in every other races, but I don't know about this loadout for it yet.
Yeah, that's an interesting question, but it does look like Azder has found the entrance to Kraid's warehouse and got there via the power bomb door, or I should say off of Hellway, would have been the vanilla exit from Red Tower. Looks like Giggs is going to check the back of Gauntlet, see what kind of goodies are back there. And blinked and I missed it. I was too busy looking at Azure screen. He's getting set up for a Kraid quick kill.
It's supers and super pack and a regular pack.
But a nice pickup there at Terminator, Mook, getting the screw attack for Giggs.
Yeah, that's a big find.
Ooh, Azure was just a hair too early on that Kraid quick kill, so Kraid's going to stand up, rising up. Time to dance. Really nice fight from Azure, landing all three of those supers. So looks like Giggles underscore SR going with a save here. Probably going to check Gauntlet proper. And Azure find the space jump. That's a really nice pickup.
We picked up on the movement items and whatnot here, though, so that's nice to see.
Absolutely. Our runners will have the ability to, well, for Giggs, he'll be able to buzzsaw through these pillars, these columns ahead of Gauntlet. But for Azure, maybe this takes high jump boots off the menu, unless he comes across them in a really, really useful position.
Yeah.
Kind of a quick check.
Although with this loadout, I think he still will be looking for quite a few things. So there's a good chance he runs into them.
No, for sure. There's still a lot of checks left. You see Giggs finding an energy tank at Gauntlet, deciding to skip it, so he's back at the ship. And Azure is going to be taking the Norfair elevator down, but who knows where it's going to lead. My guess would be maybe Meridia, although it looks like it might be a vanilla elevator.
Yes, you're right. Vanilla elevator.
So an interesting combination of transitions so far. That's good knowledge to have. But so many checks off a business center here.
Wave beam, good find.
Yeah, not too off the beaten path, and definitely increasing the azder's beam power.
I'm gonna make a prediction. It's gonna go to the high jump boots room. Azder is.
Yeah.
I'm going out on a limb here.
Going on a limb here, Mookie, for sure, for sure. So Giggs is into Crab Maze. Did you happen to catch what was at high jump, Mook?
E-Tank, and he left it behind, so...
Wow. You were talking about a healthy seed. This is the healthiest seed I've seen in a while. Four tanks in reserve for Azure, but no worries about the Hell Run. He does have Various suit. And Giggles finding... Yeah, this is the forgotten highway here.
So forgotten we found it.
That's right. So another plethora of checks will be available for Azure here at the Bubble Mountain. There's no telling what he could find here, but Giggs is going to have some difficulty. Just decided to reset. I don't know. Chat speculating that sequence there in East Ocean is not possible without high jump boots.
That is a bummer.
So he's all the way back at the ship, unfortunately, but definitely going to try something different, maybe. Ooh.
Regular bombs, it's convenient. It's helpful.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, you do have screw attacks, so you don't have to rely on infinite bomb jumping, per se. But it's really good to get out of a jam with those regular bombs.
Save some button mashing, too.
Oh, no question. I think it's interesting, Mook, that the way that people suggest that you learn infinite bomb jumping is to do it to the rhythm of the lower Norfair track.
There's plenty of places down there you can use it.
That's an excellent point. Great place to learn how to do it. You got the musical cue.
Go hang out in the worst room in the game and, have a good time.
No doubt about that. So we're gonna get a speed check here from Azder. Giggs is back into Red Tower. Going back through Hellway. And another reserve tank.
Yucky. Yeah, I just said yucky. I'm not real proud of myself.
No, I mean, you'd love for it to be a speed booster or a charge beam, but the seed is dropping us breadcrumbs, Mook. It's our job to follow them. But,
I read that book. That didn't always end so well.
Right you are. Right you are, Mook. Looks like Giggs is going to catch up. He's going to go to Kraid. And absolutely give Kraid the business.
Thinking about it.
Looks like Azure's going to farm up to full supers, maybe.
I would think this is looking to potentially make that lower Norfair run if you can.
That's a really good point, Mook. I hadn't considered that. I don't know where the entrance is, though. I don't know if Azure knows, but he does have a pretty decent loadout for that. The high jump, the bootless lava dive is challenging, but not impossible.
And there's a chance to find it on the way down there here.
And more supers, you're going to like to see that. Nice Kraid quick kill from Giggles. Well executed.
Definitely a weird distribution of the. Ooh,
Oh,
there we go.
wow. As Giggles finds the space jump hidden behind Kraid, Azder has collected the gravity suit at Wave Beam. So Azder has both suits, space jump, and regular bombs. Wow.
Or Warfare definitely in play now, and eliminating the top of Addict. I don't think you'll see him go to the top of Addict potentially.
Yeah,
Yes, I shouldn't say. I think there's a good chance he won't.
I feel a little remiss, Mook. Looks like our runners can find the backdoor entrance to Lower Norfair. I don't know if this is it. I don't know if this is the vanilla.
This should be it.
Oh, it's Crocomire. Interesting.
But I wanted to bet on Croc. Shoot.
Oh, man. But 40 supers for Azder. He just has supers. I saw this in chat. He's got supers to the hilt. That's a lot of supers.
He is strapped, as the kids would say, I think.
That's right. Definitely strapped up. But Gig's showing off that space jump screw attack combination with this X-ray check. I don't know if we saw an X-ray check from Azder. To be honest with you, I don't remember. We did not. Okay, so Azder did skip X-ray. I hope it works out for Gigs. I hope it's something good.
E-tank.
Oh, punishing seeds. So many E-tanks in these somewhat far out of the way checks.
Apparently, you don't need the power bomb for this door in this one.
Oh, so that's really interesting. So that actually leads to, yeah, to Three Musketeers. So he is going in the back doorway.
From the front door to the back door.
Well spoken. Well spoken. It's like that. You remember back when Matthew McConaughey was doing those car commercials? He's like, sometimes you gotta go backwards to go forwards. And that's exactly what Azder did here. Also, apologies for the worst Matthew McConaughey impression known to mankind.
Yeah, I remember those commercials. Were they Lexus or Oldsmobile? I feel like he did both, and I'm like, why is Matthew McConaughey driving a Oldsmobile?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Lexus, I'll buy. I mean, yeah.
Right. So he found X-ray scope at Fireflea, and Giggs has found an entrance to Meridia. Did you happen to see where he found that?
Was that near Spazer and Red Tower, I think?
Right you are. So it's he had just gotten Vanilla Spazer, and normally would be the entrance to Norfair Elevator Kraid's warehouse, and it turns out to lead to Meridia. So that's kind of convenient from a memory standpoint. And another entrance to Meridia found. My goodness, really kind of, I don't want to say interesting. It is interesting, but somewhat baffling. See, with these loops, everything seems looped together.
Yeah, and it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of unfortunately timed for Giggles in this situation where he's getting put in these water rooms and he doesn't have gravity.
Right.
It's pretty minor, but you know, it's not bad.
Right. But without high jump boots and grapple, I mean, those water sections are practically impossible with this item loadout for Gig. So he definitely needs to find Bubble Mountain to get that gravity suit.
And these runners are so good that 10 extra seconds in there could really be the difference in this race.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm glad that people are understanding this, because it's not that I don't understand it, but I definitely don't understand it. If that, you know.
Well, that makes two of us. All we have to do is talk about it and give the folks a great show. Let the runners' actions speak for themselves.
I get it. but I
As you're
don't get how it's happening. It's kind of like me in calculus. I get it. I just don't get how to do it.
right, right, you are. So as you're entering the fight with I think 41 supers, boy, what an amazing Ridley fight from Azder, just absolutely taking Ridley out with absolute devastation there with all those supers. And another energy tank move.
Ooh.
When they rolled the seed, they didn't know it was going to be, oops, all E-tanks. But it certainly has played out that way.
I prefer oops, all crunch berries. Could explain a lot of my problems, though, too.
Oh my goodness. So high jump check here from Giggs, and I think he's going to be disappointed. Yeah, he's just going to skip that E-tank, but grab those supers upstairs on the way out. But Azure is very close to ammo go mode, but maybe not going to really take the time to find Charge Beam with only Ice Wave.
Yeah. Still need 15 supers-ish and 20 regular missiles or so.
I think so, but I know chat's got our back when it comes to those hard counts on ammo.
I mean, if you wanted to do kind of the bare minimum, I think you would need 36 regular missiles and then 60 super missiles.
I think you're right about the 60. Tracy in chat, 40-60 minimum. So, yeah, Azure is 4 missile packs and 3 supers away from having the minimum ammunition required to complete the game without charge. Oh, Lomi and Jones in chat with an interesting wrinkle. 30-60 for willing to refill twice. That would be definitely a gutsy play.
I think coming back to this missile says we're looking for ammo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or we're not going to pass it up. And he hasn't passed any up throughout this whole seed. Right. Oh, bombs. Excuse me. That's wrong.
Bomb's always a good pickup, even kind of, so to speak, this late in the seed. With 10 power bombs, though, don't want to chew through those too much, so it always helps to get those normal bombs.
And I think the bombs are always a little bit helpful, just muscle memory wise. You're used to laying the bomb there and not, morph, switch to power bombs, then do it.
No, for sure, it definitely is what the runners are more used to, especially coming from vanilla categories. But I think Giggs is going to be well rewarded here. He's going to speed, but he will likely check Wave Beam.
I can't see him not checking it.
It would be surprising since he's really feeling like he's playing from behind here.
Very nice exit to that room. I don't know what you would call that, but it was pretty neat to watch.
Oh yeah, Azure definitely looking sharp. Both runners movement has been exceptionally sharp. And I think now with this vanilla elevator, Azure's got to be looking for Meridia or wrecked ship. Haven't really seen a wrecked ship entrance yet.
Oh, well, we could have got there through that forgotten highway.
I think you're right. I think the number of transitions to other places is pretty much tapped out. And there we go. Gravity suit for giggles. He's got it. And as you're looking to expand the potential for damage with this beam combination. Oh, deciding to skip Spazer says, nope, I'm strictly going with ammo this seed. Spazer just absolutely insulting to Azder. Didn't even give it a second thought.
Turned around and memed on the meme.
So the top of the tube actually leads to the top of Meridia.
So we'll
That's
be
something right there.
gonna shoot right over here to old Wattoon snake.
The water snake extraordinaire. 17 supers on tap, and I love the placement of that save point. Oh, wait a minute. So they actually split Meridia into several different areas. Mike, I'll have to check my notes. This various
Have
site
notes.
explanation is very confusing.
You don't have any notes. Come
Oh,
on.
maybe a few. Maybe a few, Moog. So no Mama Turtle check from azder. I think he's committed to just playing the seed out, trying to find the next step. Yeah, it's like a Meridia figure 8. That is really interesting. But Giggles is going to be betting on Croc. Always a safe bet, except when it doesn't work out.
I mean, 60% of the time, it works every time.
Oh, it's so good. Wow, how about that routing? All the way to Aqueduct. That is some navigation skill right there.
I'm gonna check here.
Just a little window to see what's there. Just a missile pack. I gotta say, Moog, this is quite the palette change that azder's playing with. It's definitely interesting to look at.
All right, so speed there at Apple. So that's
Oh wow,
that's a pretty good find.
that is a great find. That might be the item that puts Gigs back in contention for this race. Not saying that I wrote him off completely, but azder's out to a firm lead right now.
Yeah.
And another E-Tank. So if azder really needs to get more ammunition in order to finish the game, or he's really going to have to go off the beaten path to find Charge Beam, unless it's somewhere like behind Dragon.
azder's about to have a pretty good G4 statue lead. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a total big time lead. Azder probably wishing he had a few more supers here. I think Dragon has 6,000 HP.
That's an excellent question. Off the top of my head, I don't know the answer. But let's see. Let's see what happens here.
They checked me out, knowing numbers and stuff.
Well done, Moog. Well done. Talk about preparation. This co-commentator prepared, I think, more than I did.
All right, azder probably going to hope for some not very many swoops, because I don't want these drops.
Gotta have those drops. Gotta have more ammo. But Giggs is making quick work of Lower Norfair here. He's already heading into Wasteland. And with 15 and 40 on tap for his missiles and supers, he should have a really fair chance at Ridley.
All right, down goes the lobster thing.
Maybe a little too late. No, I'm just kidding. High jump is a good pickup as you're picking up those high jump boots. Just makes movement through all these rooms a lot easier.
Yeah. It is a good pickup, but at this point, it's just a severe luxury item, I'd say.
I agree with you, Mook. You'd really love to see, for Azure, he would love to have seen speed there, but as we know, speed is at grapple, I believe. Or was it behind Croc? I thought it was at grapple.
Grapple.
Yeah.
Exactly where it was supposed to be.
Because you always got to bet on Croc. So I'm not sure if Azure is taking the Forgotten Highway as his exit from Meridia, or if we'll see a plasma check here.
Ooh. Probably not a plasma check because no screw attack, no guaranteed charge or plasma, so you'd be stuck.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. I know that in these area randos, though, sometimes it gets a little funny to limit some of the soft lock potential, but it looks like he is definitely skipping plasma.
I'm just impressed that I remembered that.
You can see Giggles just going in on Ridley, just pounding Ridley with those supers.
Right where you wanted to be.
Yeah, that is some exceptional routing. Process of elimination and then to execute it like that. Really impressive. So Azure's got 30 and 50. Still, you know, still shy of what he needs to complete the game without charge. So unless Charge is just, if Charge is just waiting for him somewhere in the wrecked ship, he might have to, he might lose some time looking for those last few ammo pickups.
Yeah, he's gonna probably check this first one before going into Fantoon, I'd imagine. Check left side, right side. Bring out a Fantoon.
Supers, you love to see that, bringing him up to 55 total. Question in chat, Mook, go ahead.
Miners were one super pack, one regular pack.
The regular and the super. Very good. Got to give credit for Giggs going for that speedball out of Wasteland, but decides to just back up and bomb that block. Now Azure's got to call Ghostbusters. Now he could bust this ghost himself. He doesn't have to call anybody.
Fast, of course, when you're not expecting it.
Fast with a pretty fast eye close, too. How about this from Giggs, the reverse amphitheater exit through the acid. Definitely a gutsy play here. Oh my gosh, Fantoon just being a complete troll with that eye snapping shut.
I think we should need one more round, I think. All right, good job.
Yeah, well fought from Azure. I think Giggs has got a little something cooking here. I like what he's doing here. He's going to be checking screw attack. Oh my goodness, just gets that green gate glitch with 6 supers left. Really nicely done from Giggles. Oh, an E-tank. No charge, nothing doing there. My goodness. Stingy seed.
Well, azder now technically has enough if he wanted to do a missile refill. But he would have to be perfect.
That's right. No mistakes possible. So is he routing to Forgotten Highway, or is he going to be checking the wreck ship E-tank? Oh, so we are going to get an E-tank check here. Oh, maybe
nope.
not. Oh, the tease.
Like,
Azure, what a tease. Thought he was going to check wreck ship E-tank, but just deciding to head all the way back across the East Ocean. And here we have a little reverse lava dive, you might say, from Gigs back into Upper Norfair.
just as it was intended.
Yep. So Giggles bet on Croc and won that speed booster. Definitely a great pickup. But Asher does have all 4 of the G4 bosses defeated.
And right here, there's a pretty high density of minor checks too.
Well, that's an excellent point, Mookie. You got Billy Mays, you've got you got missile pack pickup all the way to the right. But he's not checking.
It. All right, I'll just stop talking.
Yeah, I guess when you got enough, I suppose.
The old mother brain is... I thought it was a power bomb, unfortunately. No, it's a super. All right, well, that's
Another
good.
super. Bringing the total up to 30 and 65, and still has a few checks to make, or at least one check to make. He's got 230 missiles back in Criteria.
Potentially do the back of Gauntlet.
That's right, he could. But Criteria Supers is off the table because he does not have speed. And Gauntlet can be pretty thrilling without speed or screw attack, but certainly possible to do, especially with 6 E-tanks.
Both suits.
Yeah.
Okay, just gonna keep being wrong.
Oh, going with the top shelf. Yeah, not climb supers, but yeah, the Criteria, the landing site supers. That's a good check. And every little bit helps. 35-65. Getting closer, if not already having it.
If he goes to Gauntlet, it'll be in pretty decent shape, I'd say. But azder, much better player than I, so what he's capable of and what I'm capable of and comfortable with, completely different.
So 40 and 65, that's more than enough now, Mook.
Yep. Basically have potentially a 4 missile and 5 super leeway.
And Azur's into Torian, so really phenomenal routing, phenomenal strategy for this seed. But a testament to Gig's skill. I think he's made some really good plays, but Azure just really came in and set the tone here.
Yeah.
Got a little aqueduct check. Double missiles for gigs. So a little less than the vanilla setup. A little bit of trouble here for Azure in the second Metroid room. Those Metroids are being extra trolly. He gets one off, the next one latches back on, but he's got both of them frozen now. Gig's taking a save here, I believe, at Aqueduct. Definitely a good idea, and we are going to see a sand pit check from Gigs.
And we'll get to see a baby skip.
Well, he doesn't have speed, which does make it harder, but he does have high jump boots.
Right.
So it might be possible. It's just very difficult. Alas. As you're damaging himself down, letting the baby just latch right on.
As any good mother would.
Facing right, making the right decision. Saving that 2/3 of a second. This game runs at 60 frames per second. That one's good for 40. Oh, I love that, Mook. As any good mom would. Well said.
We got kids. I'm familiar. Well, fortunately, but unfortunately, kind of.
So we will see an ammo Mother Brain 2 kill here. 40 and 65. Just has to get through the eye door. And yeah, this should be excellent. No save. That is guts. He's got to save back at the ship when he refilled. I love the way Mother Brain's tank looks in this palette.
Trust
31
his
and
math.
54. What was that, Boop?
I said I trust his math.
Yeah, me too. I trust it more than my own math.
That's a fact.
But look at the way he delivers those missiles and supers, just crouched in the corner, just avoiding those onion rings, just absolutely pounding damage per second. Off the charts right now. Avoids the catch-up. Will we have a second catch-up? Yes, we will. But it doesn't matter because I think Azure has done it perfectly.
Wow. Not one miss.
That was really, if you want to talk about a textbook ammo Mother Brain 2 fight, that was sensational. Looks like Giggles is farming up to 30 supers. That's the requisite amount of ammo for Dragon. Go and dispatch that darn shrimp, but I think, with speed, this could have been very close to sub 50, but Azure's going to end up somewhere in the very low 50s on this seed. I gotta check that Mook. 20 supers for Dragon, 30 supers for Ridley. So, you're always only off by 50%. It's pretty good for me. Plus, Giggs has got speed booster, so you can always get that short charge, land those shine sparks.
I definitely say that's the plan. Good first round of supers there.
Absolutely, from Giggles. We got a great shooting rhythm from azder, finishing off Mother Brain 3. He'll be on the escape in no time.
That's a fantastic ammo Dragon kill.
Giggles roar with high jump boots, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. azder, barring any sort of catastrophe, is going to take this must-win Game 4 in Super Metroid Item Randomizer League Season 3 playoffs.
So I think this seed ended up like pretty fast, in my opinion, from where I saw it starting. Like the house was progression-wise early. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Oh, I definitely do. It was a slow roller, and then it really picked up speed by not picking up speed, right? By not going to Crocomire for azder, among other decisions. The ship has never looked sweeter as azder finishes with an official SRL time of 50 minutes and 59 seconds. GG's to azder.
That's a big GG.
All right, we are joined by today's winner and forcing a decisive Game 5 between Shaktool's Digging Game and Team Gravity Skip. We welcome in azder. GG.
Hello, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about that seed, because that was some phenomenal routing.
Thank you. I was very nervous. I'm always very nervous in a situation like this because, I knew that I hit kind of the best route for grabbing the suits and getting your items to kill all the bosses. But the whole time I'm just thinking, like, I got a route in ammo, and he probably didn't hit this exact path, but then that means that there's a decent chance he found charge somewhere else or movement items, and, I've seen lots of random races where one runner overtakes the other with stuff like that, and I'm doing all these minor checks. It looked like a very, very good super distribution, so I didn't feel too bad, but a lot of the, mistakes I was making, a lot of the slow parts due to not having very good equipment, were starting to get to me.
No, I imagine as such, but yeah, just, you said you probably thought that Giggles had picked up some other movement items. He certainly did. He got speed booster, screw attack, but charge remains elusive for him.
That's probably the best thing I could have hoped for, was for charge to be somewhere dumb. Because that, like, if you pull early charge, like, let's say checks X-ray way sooner than I did, and that would be the biggest time save.
For sure. Well, they put it all on your shoulders, azder, and you delivered. How does it feel to be forcing a Game 5?
It feels pretty good. I didn't think that I would feel too much pressure in playoffs, even being down a couple games, but it's actually kind of surprising how much pressure I did end up feeling during the race. So kind of glad I did my part in that server right now.
Absolutely. You've done your part, put it in the hands of your more than capable teammates, And here we do have the item scrolling on your screen. Super curious to learn. So charge is at Gravity. Interesting location. That would have taken a lot of time to sit through that bowling cutscene, especially for both the runners having Fantoon as the final boss to face.
Yeah, I wasn't sure like where he went at the start. Like he could have easily, once he got PBs from Big Pink, he could have just decided to dip back to Criteria and find the wreck ship entrance. And I don't know which one it was, so it was like there's a lot of huge possibility for divergence in this. I mean, maybe it wasn't that likely because the start was really bottlenecked with the supers forcing you to the corkscrew door. But like once you got power bombs, there's a lot of places you can go.
For sure. So one thing I thought was kind of curious about this seed was a lot of the major checks that were off the beaten path, so to speak, were just so punishing. They were almost always a reserve tank or an E-tank. Made you wonder, where are some of these movement items, at least early. That's how Mook and I were just talking about that, like the beginning of the seed was actually quite slow.
See, that's what I was kind of hoping for, like the major checks that I skipped that aren't really that on the way. If I'm not checking them, then I hope they're just trash.
Yeah. Definitely, because you never know with Rando, it could be something super useful, but I feel like Giggles, it was a well-played seed from him, but I think he just found speed maybe a little bit too late, and made a full commitment to finding Charge Beam.
Where was speed again? I forgot.
Speed was at Grapple.
Oh, yeah, okay, so I was kind of, I got into Goba just before finding the Croc entrance.
Gotcha.
Go minus ammo.
Go minus
I
ammo.
wasn't doing Croc.
For sure. We thought that we were going to see one last little wreck ship check before you routed up to Forgotten Highway. I think even TG Derp in chat was like, yeah, you should probably check it. And we're like, oh, he's going straight to Forgotten Highway, going full throttle. So that was pretty cool.
Wait, check what?
Wreck ship would have been wreck ship E-tank.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about it, but I was so close.
Yeah.
I decided once I got the left side super, and it was a super, I decided I definitely wasn't going to do wreck ship E-tank. I was still waffling on it, and then like muscle memory, like I forgot. My hands forgot the decision I made, so I started actually going up there, and I was like, wait, no, I decided not to do this. I don't care about majors anymore. I'm like one missile away from being able to do this.
For sure. We absolutely thought your Mother Brain 2 was, in a single word, spellbinding. I think anyone that wants to do a ammo Mother Brain 2 kill should definitely study that.
I've had a lot of experience, so I can do that.
So it looks like Giggles found Plasma at Wreck Ship E-Tank, but still needs to get that Charge Beam. I wonder if he's going to full clear the Wreck Ship.
Wait, so did he not commit to minors?
I don't know. He is sitting at 2060, so he's close. He looks like he's going to be heading out of the Wreck Ship now.
He knows what's that gauntlet, if that'll help him.
That's a good point, Mook. There is a missile and a super pack.
The super distribution was so good this seed, though.
We were so surprised. It was like the first 5 minutes, and there was nothing but supers. It was raining supers, and then I don't want to say finally, but the PB pickup in Big Pink was crucial.
Oh yeah, I was getting worried about that because I was just like, you know what, Big Pink seems like the call. Let's just get, our majors and stuff. And then I realized that I had skipped alpha PBs, and that very well could have been the first PB pack, and that would have set me back like probably a minute.
Made the right choice for sure. So I wonder if Giggs here is going to go up the elevator. No, he's going to check Billy Mays perhaps, or kind of the back of Retro Bryn here. Just needs to bump those ammo numbers up just a tad, and he'll have enough.
I was so nervous too, because like in light area, If you so like in full area, you kind of want to check every transition until you know where everything is, because anything can be anywhere. But in light area, you have to remember that kind of what the rules are. And so I was nervous a lot of the time that I had made a mistake with where I deduced some areas had to be, because it's sort of easy to remember in a way, but it's also if you make a mistake with the rules of light area rando, you can end up checking a bunch of places that literally can't have the area you're looking for. So I was afraid I did something like that.
Well, fortunately, azder, no chance that happened in this run. It was just, well, as close to perfectly routed as you can have a seed like that. It was really, really fun to watch.
I just spent the time confused about where everybody was going.
Me too, Mook. Me too. I thought it was interesting, this seed, because they were like, I don't know if this is a fixture of light area rando, but like, it seemed like there were so many loops. Like Meridia had like several entrances right by each other. Green Brinstar had several entrances right by each other. So it seemed like it seemed kind of like a loopy type of seed. I don't know if that's typical.
Yeah, so it kind of is, because the way light area works is each area has to have the same number of connections to each other area as they do in vanilla. So like if you take the main criteria area as an example, it always has one connection to Wreck Ship, two connections to Green Brinstar, one to Red Tower, and one to G4 or something like that.
Got it. So the normal distribution of access to those areas of the game just randomized throughout the game. I think Giggles has enough ammo to complete the game, and I gotta hand it to Giggles. Great sportsmanship here to commit to finishing the seed.
I don't know. Sorry, I don't know if anyone mentioned this at all during the match or in the chat or anything, but we got matched up in the multi-category tournament last year. I think a lot of people remember our low percent race that I ended up making him do, where we both took deaths very late into the game with no saves and had to do the whole thing over again.
I do remember that. I do remember that race.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think I was on commentary for that, but I would have loved to have commed that race. I think I came into chat. I knew about the race. I had something else going on that day, and I got into the channel, and I see you guys not very far into the game, but very far into the race.
Poor polar bear bunny. I made her basically sit there and commentate 2 low percent runs by herself, because he had already died, and I still decided I was confident enough to not save for Mother Brain, and then I died. She was mad at me about that for a while, and I wouldn't have blamed her if she had just wanted to, or if they had wanted to, like, cancel the restream after that or whatever, because it went on quite a long time.
Oh, that's too funny.
What was it? 3? It was. I don't think it was like 3 full. It was like 2.5, wasn't it?
2.5 low ice runs. That's tough from a commentary standpoint. That's very tough. Some good Mother Brain rooms here from Gigs, and ammo's looking really sharp too. So I gotta ask you, Azure, this is the first year that Item Randomizer League has been team-based. What do you think of the team aspect of this season?
So our team was also in the Link to the Past Rando League.
Oh, that's terrific. So
And
cross-platform action.
Yeah. We kind of decided. Like I hadn't entered the first 2 seasons of that, but their league has always been team-based, and this SM Rando League season, they decided to kind of base it off their format because it seemed pretty cool. So it's actually essentially the exact same format as season 3 of the LT2 Pro League. So when we made the team, I kind of wanted to put together an SMZ3 team for it. So we had me, Aussie, and Hitaka, and we did really well. We got invited to the Invitational because they have 2 separate leagues because they have a very large amount of players. But we got our team got 4th place in the Invitational for that. So we have Polar Bear Bunny on for Super Metroid instead because she plays more SM by itself and Hitaka doesn't. And it's been a lot of fun kind of doing the same thing over, but in Super Metroid instead.
No, for sure. Your team has definitely impressed this season, the #1 seed entering the playoffs. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this Game 5. Who will be representing your team in Game 5?
I'll leave that as an exercise to the folks at home.
Is there stipulation about who it can be, given the first 3 matches, or anything like that?
Each runner can only play twice, so it can't be me.
Oh, got it, okay. Got it, so it remains unknown, an exercise to...
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Wait! Oh, yes!
What
Did you
did I
just see
miss?
that?
It looked like he missed, Giggles missed some shots and didn't have enough to kill Mother Brain 2. But she was just really slow moving into catch up.
Yeah, but what's she doing now?
Oh, she won't, her rainbow won't go off if there's a power bomb on the screen.
Oh, is that right? I never knew that. You learn something new every day, but Giggles just eking that one out with exactly enough ammunition. I thought Mother Brain took her sweet time there, but I thought she had that dead to rights.
I saw one miss super, but everything else looked like it had connected. Here we are.
Yeah, it certainly has been an exciting season. A lot of very, very high competition, and the playoffs have definitely delivered. And the best part about this MOOC, and obviously, of course, as you know this, but everyone watching at home, this is only the first round. There's going to be several more rounds after this, and the competition is going to heat up with every successive round, looking to crown that Season 3 Randomizer League champion.
We're gonna start getting oh shoot, come on brain. Weekly predictions from you again, Hockey, like we did in one of the last tournaments.
Oh, from the multi-cat tournament, aka where Hockey became best friends with exactly half the runners and mortal enemies with the other half of the ones I didn't pick. No, that was just for fun. Shout outs to Kip for hosting those with me and Rumblemans. They were a lot of fun, and they were just for fun. They were just, most of the time I just ended up picking the opposite of what Rumble picked just to keep it interesting. But no, we haven't done any predictions outside of at the reveal stream for the season. Tracy put Rumble and I on the spot, and we made our predictions. And I'd have to go back to the VOD because I did not write mine down. But I'm really curious to see if either Rumble or I were right about anything.
I didn't tell anyone this, but I was very upset over some of the predictions made for the multi-kit.
I can completely understand that. It's tough. I can't watch everybody. It's very unfamiliar with what a lot of people can do. I think my biggest mistake was picking against Zenny when he beat Sloters. I thought Sloters could have beaten Zenny in that race, but Zenny was triumphant and was the tournament runner-up. So in the future, I don't think I'll be betting against Zenny or any of the other runners, any of the very capable runners that I may have picked against. As I said for Azder's finish, for Giggles' finish, the ship has never looked sweeter. Giggles_SR finishing with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 44 seconds. GG's to Giggles and Team Gravity Skip, but they're going to have to, both teams are going to have to summon everything they've got in this decisive Game 5.
GG, Azzer.
GG.
GG's, welcome in, Giggles.
So, fun fact, I had no idea what light area rando was. And
Yes!
I didn't actually figure it out until after I killed Ridley and went all the way through reverse amphitheater.
Oh,
and
no.
and I walked through that door, and as I was going through, I said, I will bet money that this is the dang croc door. And I was right. And I was like, this would have saved me a bunch of time because I went through every single transition in the bottom of Red Tower, and they all led to the same freaking map. So,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
I'm sorry, but that is the exact reason I picked it, honestly.
I figured I 100%
Azder.
you made the smart play because, like, just for context, you can ask my team. As you selected that in our team chat, I sent quick emergency WTF is light area rando again.
Azder fully admitting in public to committing gamesmanship.
No, that's not gamesmanship.
I
Like,
know,
it's on me for not knowing the category that
I'm
I
completely
need to know
kidding.
for the playoffs. But
I'm completely kidding. No, that was definitely the tactical play of the playoffs, I think.
I'm just disappointed we didn't have another double death race.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, so, like, I didn't know for sure that, like, there is a good chance that you had practiced it. So, it was a little bit of a shot in the dark. But
well, if you've listened to my interviews, my previous races, you know that I haven't done any random practice. I'm just here as an unenthusiastic third member to a team that needed a third member.
oh my gosh.
I mean, I kind of figured, but I figured there's, like, a chance that you had been filled in on it at least. So, I still played as if you knew what you were doing. And I was, I was seeing a lot of ways that, like, I kind of hit the god route as far as the suits were concerned, but I was missing charge and a lot of movement items. So, I was really nervous playing because there were a lot of situations that I could envision where, like, oh, you probably pulled speed where I didn't, or you pulled charge and you could have saved a ton of time there. But
I did get speed. Speed was at grapple. I didn't find charge. Basically, as I got to an area, okay, let me play this back in my head because I've already closed my tracker. I went after I had gone through meme route and found out that was back wreck ship access, and I didn't have any movement items whatsoever. And I didn't have gravity yet. I went through all the way through to get to the moat to see what that door was, and that should have been my first clue that I should have understood how light area rando worked, because it took me straight to Turian, but it didn't kick in there. So I had to double back and then start going down Red Tower. Going down, and the problem was, like, I was checking all the exits and every area I went to, I would check the major items, and if I didn't find the majors I was looking for, I would either skip the major or I would start picking up convenient ammo drops, and I had to do a little purge there at the end just to find enough ammo to beat the game. And then I YOLO'd it and skipped the Mother Brain save. But no, I had I found I think everything except for grapple and charge. And I'm fairly certain those had to be either in the wrecked ship or behind Shaktool.
Charge? Yeah, charge was at gravity. I don't know where grapple is. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, I did Fantoon last, so I just bolted and started collecting ammo.
Yeah, I committed to ammo fairly early, because the super distribution looks like it was really good. Because like I had 30 supers before I even found a missile.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. That should have been another hint for me, but I don't really practice rando, so I had no idea to expect to just go, hey, I'm getting a lot of supers, I should capitalize on this. I just didn't even think about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuance in decisions like that.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I mean, we kind of knew I had a chance, but it was a slim chance. And I think you picking light area rando was the final nail in the coffin there. Because I didn't know it, so I was making... I can only imagine Hockey talking about what an idiot I was, checking things I should already know.
I don't know if Hockey knew what it was, to be honest.
We didn't
Hold
know.
up, what's the question?
We didn't know. We just
Like,
there's a beam. Okay.
I think this was the first light area race in playoffs so far. I don't think anybody else has picked it.
Well, and that's just it. Like, I was able to figure it out before the end of the seed, and I had read the thing, but the thing didn't really make that much sense until I actually experienced it. Had I done precisely one light area rando practice seed, I would have been able to handle this.
Right.
But I didn't.
Yeah. Well, you did really well in the dash race against us, so I was like, okay, good movement. Your KPDR time is better than mine. I don't know, straightforward seed or red tower or coin flip could lose me the race, and I don't really want that to happen.
Right. Well, and ultimately it comes down to kind of the way I was looking at it was I look at movement and then I look at rando experience, and I kind of balance those two. I don't necessarily weight them evenly, but you and I are close enough in the movement category that I kind of had my doubts going against you because of your rando experience. So me taking an L here was fully expected. But either way, there's still that chance because there's a luck factor involved with randomizer.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Azder. Sorry.
Oh, it was a fun game, and I was sweating a lot, not quite knowing how it was going on your end. So GG.
GG.
Yeah, GG's to you both. Thanks for putting on such a great show today. Great race and forcing that game 5. So we hope to see one or both of you or your teammates. As you said, you've already had 2 races, so you actually can't play in game 5. But we look forward to game 5 between Shaktool's digging game and Team Gravity Skip.
I can't race again? You mean you don't want the Giggles Aussie rematch?
I mean, I wouldn't mind. But I think
we knew that was coming up. So I'll just say good luck to Shaktool, and obviously I hope that we're again unenthusiastic here. So don't take this too harshly. But I kind of hope we can flip everybody's brackets on their head and take the dub in game 5. But it is what it is. Either way, I wish you guys good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you both. Gracious competitors, great runners. GG's to you both. Mook, what do you think? Think we should wrap things up?
I think so, because I need to go get my kids.
All right. Well, you take us out, Mook, if you want to make it short and sweet.
All right, everyone. Thanks for coming. Keep an eye out. We'll have more races and have fun.